Greetings and welcome, anime lovers, or to some of you, otaku. Um, Today marks the debut of the second um thing that I promised. The second kind of video segment I promised at the beginning of this of the channel, the Anime Lounge. And while there's no character debuting on here for now, I'm hoping to get one soon. Tons of interviews, all that stuff. Um, However, will be played by Draconis, but that's beside the point. But for now, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, we are going to be talking about a Pokemon episode. This one showcases Ralts, Curlia, and Gardevoir from Pokemon Advanced Battle. And this is probably one of the saddest episodes from Pokemon. This episode starts out pretty normal, pretty basic, until Ralts shows up. Ralts and Max immediately start bonding, and while they're happening over there on one side, Team Rocket's trying to capture this trio, and Gardevoir and Curlia team up with Ash, May, and Brock to find Max and Ralts. Ralts gets injured at some point, either before or during the episode, can't remember which, and at some point they get to the Pokemon Center. This is where the sadness starts kicking in. Since Max is not old enough, and neither is Ralts apparently, they can't be, they can't really be partners. So Max tells Ralts that he'll wait for her, to wait for him. And she says she will. Max starts bawling his eyes out with the trio coming to his aid. And, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit at this one. This was the first and, for the most part, only time I've ever cried at a Pokemon episode or movie. I've seen quite a bit. I hadn't seen every single one. Still working on that. This is probably the saddest episode that I've ever seen. It was so emotional, and that's why I think people need to give both animation and anime a chance. Because, well, yeah, Pokemon is a action comedy show. It does have its depth. Some of my favorite episodes are from season 1 with this, the original series, as well as about like even the Hoenn region. This is like this Advanced Battle was the show that I grew up with. This segment of Pokemon that I grew up with. But most people dismiss animation and anime as either kid stuff or nerd stuff and all that. And I'm just like, it's not just that. Even today, shows that are meant for kids like Adventure Time and some of the DC era stuff, yeah, they have their moments where they're not as dark, kind of funny, or they're just action packed, or everything. Or when they are serious, well, it's just there, it's just part of the show. But episodes like this showcase that not only can adults like it, they can get emotional with it. It's not just kids. It's not just like a adult joke or whatever. Now, this episode gives Max a little more depth. He's not just a side character like some of the other ones later on down the line. It introduces Ralts, Curlia, and Gardevoir, a evolutionary line that later on during Gen 4 would get Gallade. Team Rocket kind of does their thing, and it's a very unique dynamic. It's we get to see the relationship with May and Max a little bit more. They're siblings. They annoy the hell out of each other, but May definitely cares for him, and she did promise to watch him. So yeah. Now this episode again aired during the third season of the Pokemon uh, Generation 3. There was four of them. This was right smack dab in the middle, if I remember correctly. And now I didn't watch this episode as a kid, but I did get the Advanced Battle um, full collection. Um, this episode really stood out. Um, these are characters that you grow to love, care for, and when they're upset, you are upset. You know. So um, now since the characters on age, I don't think we're ever gonna see Max team up with Ralts, which is kind of sad in its own right. But this episode definitely packs a punch, noticeable punch, and honestly, I highly recommend it. It is a good episode. It's a really good episode, and yeah. With that in mind, guys, the Anime Lounge is gonna be just not. It's gonna be like the Cartoon Asylum, where we look back on various episodes, characters, so on and so forth, but with anime specifically, be it anime, like mainstream anime, like Pokemon, like today, or a little more like only anime fans would know it, like Fairy Tail or something like that, or or anime esque, as well as the more obscure stuff. Anime esque means that it takes some semblance of it, like Sonic X and Teen Titans. Hell, even Teen Titans Go technically counts as this because of its chibi art style and is a form of Japanese and Chinese, like Asian parts of the world. And I know chibi is kind of like part of the mainstream nowadays with the pop figures and all that good stuff. But it's not the point. The point is, the Anime Lounge is here. And I hope you loved this video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, share it with all your friends and family. Help us grow this channel a little bit more. Um, and yeah, this and watch Pokemon. I mean, it's not a bad show. It's not a bad bunch of games. I highly recommend, however, um, starting with Sword and Shield, the latest in the games. Because these are the easiest and they're the best way to get into the games. As well as Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Between these two games, if you like these games, then you'll like some of the other stuff. Another highly recommended one is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. All three of the, well, technically five of these titles are on the Switch. Um, so get you a good start. Anime and the manga start at the beginning with these. Do not start anywhere else with these. Red, blue, and yellow might be good as well. I highly recommend it as well if you don't those games as well. And it's good starting points because at the beginning you can't get into it at the beginning, then you're not going to get into it later on. As well, it's kind of like a bounce back. You can go with the easiest games or you can go with the originals. However, um, there'll be all sorts of other game stuff. Leo and Draconis will be a part of this specific, very specific segment every now and again, depending. Tomorrow, the horror corner will finally be put up. Been sitting on that one for a while. filmed it on Sunday. Finally gonna be able to put it up tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, this has been a Gamer's Den, and y'all have been awesome. I love each and every one of you. Do good, and just don't be afraid to show your feelings. Don't be afraid. It's it's highly recommended to let some of it out sometimes, even behind closed doors. That in mind, guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.